far beyond the edges of busy cities, far from the noise of roads and the clatter of machines, there lies a small island called Tuluma. To most of the world, Tuluma means nothing, just a distant dot in an endless stretch of blue. But to the people who call it home, Tuluma is a heartbeat, a memory, a promise carried by the sea. And on this quiet island, a story begins, a story about courage, light, and the choice between fear and hope. Gentle ocean breeze, faint laughter of children. Tuluma wakes slowly each morning. Fishermen push their wooden boats into calm waters, the smell of salt clinging to their clothes. Palm trees sway gently, never in a hurry, never touched by the rush of the outside world. Among these people lives Alya, 17 years old, bright-eyed, curious, always searching for something more, even if she doesn't yet know what that something is. She carries a basket of fresh fish, greeting the villagers with a smile so genuine that even the tired fishermen return it with warmth. But beneath Tuluma's peaceful surface, something is stirring, something the people wish they could ignore. Dark clouds gather far off the coast, not the usual storm clouds, but something heavier, as if the sky itself is holding its breath. At the village hall, voices grow restless. Reports on the radio, old memories whispered behind closed doors, and the uneasy rhythm of the waves, all tell the same story. Another storm is coming, stronger than the last, and stronger than any Tuluma has faced this year. Villagers panic, some packing their belongings, others shouting for everyone to abandon the island. But Alya simply listens, her heart tightening with every raised voice. That evening, Alya returns home, to a humble wooden house smelling of herbs and old books. Her grandmother sits quietly at the table, eyes filled with age and wisdom. She speaks not of fear, or evacuation, or hopelessness. Instead, she tells Alya a legend, a story passed down through generations. When the sea rises with anger, she whispers, the light beneath the waves can calm it. Alya frowns. A light beneath the sea? But before she can ask more, her grandmother simply points toward the dark shoreline. A silent invitation, a silent truth. Under the moon's pale glow, Alya explores the coast. She finds a narrow opening, a cave hidden by vines and shadow. Inside, the air feels ancient, cold, alive. Faint glowing symbols spiral across the stone walls, a language long forgotten. And then she sees it. A lantern, old, weathered, coated with salt crystals, yet somehow still warm to the touch. As she lifts it, a dim blue light flickers inside, as though waking from a long sleep. Then, a whisper, a voice carried not by air, but by the sea itself. Protect the light. Alya stumbles back, heart pounding. She doesn't know it yet, but this lantern will change everything. The next morning, Alya presents the lantern to the council. But instead of wonder, she is met with laughter, frustration, fear. Just an old relic. Storms aren't stopped by fairy tales. Alya tries to explain what she felt, what she heard. But fear speaks louder than hope. Her grandmother steps forward, voice trembling, but steady. She tells them of a storm, 60 years ago, one that almost erased Tuluma, and the lantern's light. That saved them. Silence falls, but disbelief remains. People turn away, choosing fear over faith. The grandmother's voice merges with the wind, a memory unfolding. Waves rising higher than houses, skies torn open with lightning, families clinging to each other in terror. And then, a blue glow beneath the waves, a pulse of light spreading outward, calming the waters, and silencing the storm. For the first time, Alya understands her grandmother's fear and her resolve. The light is real. Night drapes over Tuluma. Alya sits at the shore, the lantern flickering gently in her hands. If no one believes in this light, she whispers, then I will. The lantern brightens, as though agreeing. A boat approaches the island. A young scientist steps off. Dr. Kai, sent to study the strange storm patterns forming across the region. When he sees the lantern, he freezes. He recognizes the symbols. the strange energy within. They speak for hours. About storms, legends, currents, and light. For the first time, Alya feels understood. And for the first time, someone believes her. Using submersible drones, Dr. Kai maps the seabed around Tuluma. What they find defies belief. A massive stone temple, half claimed by coral and time. At its center, a circular socket, shaped exactly like the lantern. A key waiting for its lock. A lock waiting for a storm. This lantern, Kai breathes, was meant to be returned. But news travels quickly. Villagers surround Alya, fear sharpening every voice. You'll get yourself killed. You're putting us all in danger. Alya steps forward, voice shaking, but strong. You can leave, but I won't abandon my home. Her grandmother places a gentle hand on her shoulder. Her eyes say everything. Love, pride, and unwavering faith. The sky blackens. The sea roars. Lightning rips the horizon apart. This is no ordinary storm. It moves with purpose, as if something ancient has awakened. Suddenly, the lantern bursts with blue light, casting glowing reflections across the sand. The storm is calling it, and the light is answering. Alya and Dr. Kai push a small boat into the storm. Every stroke fights against the sea. Every wave threatens to pull them under. But the lantern guides them, growing brighter with every surge. When they reach the sacred site, Alya ties a rope around herself. Be careful, Kai whispers. She nods and dives. Cold water swallows her whole. Darkness presses from every side. But she swims toward the ancient stone, toward destiny. Alya fits the lantern into the socket. For a moment, nothing. Then, light. A burst of blue radiance explodes outward, racing through the water, rising into the sky, tearing the storm apart. Winds soften, waves quiet. Darkness lifts to silver, and then to dawn. The storm is defeated. Alya floats upward, exhausted. Kai pulls her into the boat, eyes filled with tears. They did it. The boat reaches shore. Villagers gather, silent, astonished, humbled. Alya steps onto the sand. Her grandmother embraces her, voice trembling with pride. The villagers bow their heads, not in shame, but in gratitude. Alya didn't just save the island. She restored their hope. Morning breaks gently over Tuluma. Alya stands at the shoreline, holding the lantern, now dim, resting quietly. But as the first ray of sunlight touches it, the lantern glows softly, as if whispering, I'm still here. Alya smiles. If the sea ever needs me again, I'll be ready. The waves answer in their own gentle language, and the island of Tuluma breathes peacefully once more.